Remember the feeling of playing your first video game or the taste of the candy you used to have as a kid? These aren't just random questions, they're the basis of a powerful marketing strategy known as nostalgia marketing. Nostalgia marketing, as the name suggests, taps into the sentimental longing or wistful affection we have for the past. It's all about bringing back those fond memories and recreating the emotions tied to them. But why is it important, you might ask? Well, it's simple. Emotions drive decisions. When we feel a certain way, we're more likely to make a purchase. And what's more powerful than the warm and fuzzy feelings of our cherished memories? The beauty of nostalgia marketing is that it goes beyond just selling a product. It sells an experience, a memory. It's not just about what the product can do or how it looks. It's about how it makes you feel. It's about recapturing that sense of joy, excitement, or even comfort that you felt in the past. It's about making you feel like a kid again, even if it's just for a moment. And it's not just for the older generations. Nostalgia marketing can appeal to anyone regardless of age. Even the younger generations can feel nostalgic for things they experienced just a few years ago. Remember the frenzy when Pokémon Go was released? That's nostalgia marketing at its finest. But it's not just about nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. It's about connecting with your audience on a deeper level. It's about understanding their experiences, their memories, and their emotions. It's about showing them that you understand them, that you value them, and that you're more than just a faceless corporation. So, why should you care about nostalgia marketing? Because it's a powerful tool that can help you connect with your audience, drive sales, and build brand loyalty. It's not just about selling a product, it's about selling an experience. And in today's competitive market, that can make all the difference. So let's dive into the world of nostalgia marketing and see how brands have successfully used this strategy. Who doesn't know the global beverage giant Coca-Cola? It's a name that resonates with people across the globe, a brand that has successfully stood the test of time. But even the most iconic brands need to reinvent themselves to stay relevant and connected to their consumers. In 2013, Coca-Cola did just that with their Share a Coke campaign. It was a simple yet ingenious idea, printing people's names on their cans and bottles. This wasn't just about personalizing a product, it was about tapping into personal nostalgia. Imagine walking into a store and spotting a Coke can with your name on it. It's not just a can anymore, it's your can. It's a Coke that's been made just for you. And what do you do when you find something that's been made just for you? You share it, of course. You share it with your friends, your family, and in the age of social media, you share it with the world. This seemingly simple idea had a profound impact on sales and brand perception. The campaign was launched in Australia, and within no time, young Aussie adults were consuming Coca-Cola at a rate not seen in the previous 7 years. Following this success, the campaign was rolled out in more than 70 countries, and the results were just as impressive. But the impact of the Share a Coke campaign goes beyond sales figures. It redefined how consumers interacted with the product and, more importantly, with each other. It brought back memories of sharing a Coke with a friend, of summer afternoons and winter evenings, of moments that were personal and yet universally relatable. The campaign was a masterstroke in nostalgia marketing. It showed that sometimes the most powerful way to connect with consumers is to remind them of what they already know and love. Coca-Cola's campaign not only increased sales but also rekindled fond memories among consumers. Remember the thrill of playing Super Mario on your Nintendo console? Well, in 2016, Nintendo decided to tap into that collective nostalgia with the release of the classic mini versions of their original consoles. These were not just replicas of the old consoles, but were instead miniaturized versions preloaded with a selection of the classic games that had made Nintendo a household name. Nintendo recognized that alongside its younger audience, there was a whole generation of gamers who had grown up with their products. These were people who had spent countless hours navigating the pixelated worlds of Zelda, racing through Mushroom Kingdom in Super Mario Kart, or saving Princess Peach in Super Mario Bros. By reintroducing these classic consoles, Nintendo was not just selling a product, they were selling memories. They were selling the joy of Saturday mornings spent in front of the television, the thrill of finally beating that level you'd been stuck on for weeks, the camaraderie of playing with friends or siblings, and the sheer fun of those early gaming experiences. And the strategy worked. Upon release, the Nintendo Classic Mini systems flew off the shelves. Stores struggled to keep stock, and the consoles were sold out online within minutes. The demand was so high that Nintendo had to ramp up production to keep up. The success was not just due to the quality of the product, but also the powerful nostalgia the consoles evoked. This case is a perfect example of nostalgia marketing done right. Nintendo understood their audience, knowing that while they could make new and innovative products, there was still a strong demand for the classic games that had defined many people's childhoods. Nintendo's Classic Mini release was more than just a product launch. It was a celebration of the company's history and a testament to the enduring appeal of its classic games. It was a nod to the past, a reminder of simpler times, and a brilliant marketing move that resulted in a significant sales surge. Nintendo's strategy proved that sometimes the key to future success lies in the past. Do you recall the 80s, the era of neon colors, synth music, and classic horror films? An era that defined a generation. The 80s have been revived in recent years through various forms of media. However, one show stands out in particular for its successful utilization of 80s nostalgia, and that's Netflix's Stranger Things. Stranger Things cleverly capitalizes on the nostalgia of the 80s with its synth-heavy soundtrack, retro aesthetic, and references to beloved horror and sci-fi films of the era. The Duffer Brothers, creators of the series, meticulously crafted a world that feels like it was ripped straight from the 80s, triggering a sense of nostalgia in viewers who lived through the era, and fascination in younger viewers who didn't. But it's not just the visual and auditory cues that tap into this nostalgia. The narrative of Stranger Things itself echoes the themes of 80s films, centering around a group of kids on bikes taking on a world much bigger and scarier than they are. This narrative theme is a classic trope of 80s films, further driving home the nostalgic feel of the show. The success of Stranger Things can't be solely attributed to its compelling narrative or its talented cast, although those certainly play a part. The show's success is largely a result of its nostalgia-driven marketing. From the moment the show's retro-styled logo hit screens, to the carefully curated soundtrack, Stranger Things tapped into the collective nostalgia for the 80s, making it an overnight cultural phenomenon. The show's impact is far-reaching. It sparked a resurgence in 80s fashion, music, and even other TV shows and movies trying to replicate its success. It's proof that nostalgia can be a powerful marketing tool when used correctly, creating a strong emotional connection with audiences that can drive a brand's popularity and success. Stranger Things is a perfect example of how nostalgia can drive a brand to new heights. It shows us that looking to the past can sometimes be the best way to move forward, creating a unique and memorable experience that resonates with audiences of all ages. Recall the fervor of collecting Pokémon cards in the 90s? Oh, those were the days, weren't they? The thrill of opening a new pack, the anticipation of discovering a rare holographic card, the pride of amassing a collection that was the envy of the schoolyard. Now fast forward to the summer of 2016, the world was gripped by a new Pokémon obsession. This time it was not cards but an augmented reality game named Pokémon Go. Pokémon Go was an overnight sensation, a runaway success that saw millions of people of all ages across the globe venturing out into the world to catch virtual creatures on their smartphones. But what was it that made this game so wildly popular? Well, a large part of its success can be attributed to the power of nostalgia. By bringing the cherished Pokémon of the 90s into the modern digital world, the creators of Pokémon Go tapped into a rich vein of nostalgia. They gave us the chance to relive our childhood memories, to recapture the joy and excitement of our Pokémon collecting days, but with a fresh and innovative twist. This clever use of nostalgia marketing not only appealed to those who grew up with Pokémon, but also introduced the brand to a whole new generation of fans. The impact on the brand's revival was profound. Pokémon Go breathed new life into the franchise, rekindling interest in the brand and sparking a resurgence in the sale of Pokémon merchandise. The game also paved the way for future Pokémon releases, including the successful Pokémon, Let's Go Games, and the blockbuster movie, Detective Pikachu. Pokémon Go's success was not just a flash in the pan, it was a strategic move that leveraged the power of nostalgia to reinvigorate a beloved brand, and it worked. Pokémon Go's success is a testament to the power of nostalgia in marketing. So why does nostalgia marketing work so well? Well, let's delve into the human psyche a bit. You see, nostalgia marketing thrives on our deep-seated emotions and memories. It harks back to simpler times, triggering a warm, fuzzy feeling that's universally appealing. But it's not just about evoking past memories. It's about creating a connection that is deeply personal and emotionally charged. When brands tap into these emotions, they're essentially creating a bridge that connects consumers to their products or services through shared experiences and common memories. Now let's talk about why it drives action. Remember, nostalgia is a powerful emotion. It can make us long for the past and yearn to recreate those cherished moments. This longing often translates into action. When a brand successfully triggers this sense of nostalgia, it motivates consumers to recreate those feelings through the purchase of products or services. In essence, nostalgia marketing leverages the power of emotion to influence consumer behavior. It's a subtle yet potent technique. It's not about hard selling or aggressive promotion. Instead, it's about evoking emotions that stir the soul, tug at the heartstrings, and ultimately, drive consumers to act. Moreover, nostalgia marketing isn't limited to a particular demographic. It transcends age, gender, and culture. Whether you're a baby boomer reminiscing about the golden days of vinyl records, or a millennial yearning for the 90s pop culture, nostalgia marketing has a way of reaching out and touching hearts across generations. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with new, flashy advertisements, nostalgia marketing offers a breath of fresh air. It's comforting, it's familiar, and it's deeply personal. It's like a warm hug from the past, reminding us of the good old days and evoking a sense of comfort and belonging. Nostalgia marketing is not just a trend, it's a powerful tool that taps into our deepest emotions. It's a tool that, when used right, can create a strong emotional bond between a brand and its consumers, driving engagement, loyalty, and ultimately, sales. So, we've seen how nostalgia marketing can drive brand success. Throughout this video, we've explored the power of nostalgia marketing and its ability to engage audiences. We've delved into several successful case studies, each illustrating the unique ways brands have tapped into our collective longing for the past. Let's take a moment to revisit these key points. We began with Coca-Cola's Share a Coke campaign, a masterstroke in personalization and nostalgia. By simply printing popular names from different generations on their labels, they not only appealed to the individual consumer, but also managed to evoke warm, personal memories associated with the brand. Next, we examined Nintendo's Classic Mini release. Nintendo effectively leveraged the nostalgia of older generations who grew up playing their classic games, while simultaneously introducing these timeless games to a new generation of players. They created a bridge between the past and the present, all the while reinforcing their brand legacy. We then delved into the world of television with the hit series, Stranger Things. This show brilliantly capitalized on 80s nostalgia, from its synth-heavy music to its pop culture references, creating a sense of familiarity and comfort that resonated with viewers, both young and old. Lastly, we discussed the phenomenon that was Pokémon Go. This mobile game took the world by storm, bringing to life the beloved characters of a 90s childhood staple, and sparking a global wave of nostalgia that transcended age groups. These case studies underscore the importance of understanding your audience and their nostalgic triggers. It's about more than just reminiscing, it's about connecting with your audience on a deeper emotional level. By tapping into these feelings, brands can foster a sense of loyalty and connection that goes beyond the conventional customer-brand relationship. Nostalgia marketing, when done right, can be a game changer. So, remember the past and let it guide your future marketing strategies.